hit that like, subscribe button. I just want to say this. We got a lot of information on today's live stream. I mean, a lot of information. A lot of stuff has come out. And it's going to be an interesting live stream. Here, let me fix my hair a little bit. And let me adjust the hat. But we do got a lot of information that's been, released in the last 7 to 12 hours. So I have a lot to talk about. The Wall Street Journal has officially said that, according to their sources, Pam Bondi said that Trump is on that list multiple times. Now that's an interesting thing, multiple times. But we're going to talk about this. But I just want to say one thing for future record. I don't think Trump is guilty at all. I don't think he's on that list. Actually, I do think he's on that list, but we'll get into that in a second. But if it comes out, I'm kind of 50-50 if he's on that list. But I will say maybe he is, maybe he isn't. But I got a few theories that I'll talk about that involve him being on that list. But first thing I want to say is, if Trump comes out and the proof is out there that he is a PDF file, like the files you can download on your computer, a PDF file, I want to say I do apologize, and we didn't know because there was no evidence. Maybe I'm just blind to the evidence. If the evidence comes out, I'll admit that I'm stupid and I don't know better and I don't know anything. But until then, I will continue to support Donald J. Trump, and I will not be switching up on our President of the United States. But I have a lot of things to say, guys. A lot of things to say today. I got notes on every single thing I want to discuss and talk about today. Let me know who's in the chat. Comment down below. I got a lot to say. A lot to say. Of course, we're going to start with the whole Pam Bondi situation. And we're going to give the whole analysis and the full breakdown. The files are unreleased for the victims. And what happened to them if Trump is unreleased files, then he's probably guilty. Well, I got a whole breakdown. We're going to wait a minute or two for some people to join in here. And then I'm going to break down every single thing. But until then, I'm going to take a quick sip of some apple juice. Wait a minute or two. And then we're going to get right into this. Okay, that was a lot less than a minute. But let's start here. You can say what you want about Alex Jones. He apologized for that Sandy Hook thing a long time ago. But I will say, Alex Jones' theory, this is apple juice actually. Green apple. This is indeed apple juice, green apple, see? But I mixed it with a little bit of water because it was running low on apple juice. It still tastes good though. But yeah, that is apple juice. But let me grab my notes right next to me real quick and start from the top. Let's start from the top of this situation. First off, we don't even got a source for Pam Bondi saying Trump's in those files. We don't even got an actual source. The same news outlet Trump is suing, the Wall Street Journal, says Pam Bondi says that Trump's name is on those files. No evidence given, no source. Brother, this is not, there's no food coloring in here. I'm currently in Europe. There's no food coloring in their food or their drinks. It's all natural coloring, I mean. There's no chemical coloring. Maybe it's colored a little bit, but it's green apple. It probably is colored a little bit. But what I meant to say, it's non-chemical coloring. It's natural coloring. It's not toxic green. It's nothing about it is toxic. It's all natural colors. Natural coloring. I promise, 100% natural coloring. Because that's the EU laws and regulations. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure there's no, toxic green food coloring in Europe. But I could be wrong. No promises there. But let's get back to the main topic, guys. Let's get back to the main topic. The Wall Street Journal, the same news outlet that released this birthday card that I think is 100% bullshit. They never showed the source. They never showed any evidence. They never showed any proof. The same people that released that kind of stuff, they didn't show the birthday card. They didn't show anything. They didn't show any evidence of anything. Are saying that Pam Bondi, we got sources that say Pam Bondi said that Trump's in those files multiple times. First off, first thing I gotta say is that, maybe he is in those files because Trump and Epstein went to Mar-a-Lago or at Mar-a-Lago together multiple times, so there's probably multiple mentions of that. Also, if Trump is in those files, what does that prove? And I know even if Trump does release those files, this is just going to be another thing where the Democrats say, this is just, hey, welcome in, Barry. This is just going to be another thing where the Democrats call Trump another name for the rest of his presidential term. Doesn't matter if he releases those files tomorrow. Nothing is going to change. People are still going to call President Trump names, and people are still going to call President Trump out. But hit that like, subscribe button. People are still going to say, oh, PDF file, Epstein. Doesn't matter if he really, truly released all the files tomorrow. You guys' opinions is not going to change. And that is facts. Opinions are not going to change, sadly to say. It's crazy to say, but... And also, the Dems blocked the Epstein court documents. Rob Rosenberg, he blocked these transcripts. Obama appointed judge blocked the Epstein-Maxwell list and the transcripts of this court case. They blocked him. And of course, giant Democrats are manipulating these files before, Trump's election, during Obama, maybe even Bush. Who knows? This whole case is dating back to 2006, like I said originally yesterday. This whole case is dating back to 2006. But if anyone has any questions, comments, anything they want me to talk about, debate about, discuss about, drop some super chats in the comment. I know we only got 7 people in here right now. But, of course, 15 to 20 years ago, Trump and Epstein were hanging out. So, of course, Trump is going to be mentioned possibly in these files. But I don't believe the whole spill about the Wall Street Journal having any information about Pam Bondi saying that Trump was in those files. They don't give a source. They don't say where they got that information from. I don't believe them. I do not believe them for a minute. Where did they get this information from? The same place they got that birthday card from that they refused to show? They refused to show that birthday card. I wonder why. Now they're also refusing to give sources for this whole scandal. I think it might be a case of defamation, to be quite frank with you. But I'm not 100% sure. In the flight logs, back when Trump's plane was broken, there was a picture of him on this plane with Trump's kids and his wife. I don't see Epstein in any of those photos of on that jet. And these are spiked Epstein files. Spiked. They're changed. Now, we also got the DNC saying that Hillary Clinton was on drugs and that Barack Obama was, doing treason, which those files about Barack Obama already came out. And also, we can't forget, a little bit off topic, but if you guys saw Hunter's recent interview, I didn't watch the whole thing yet because it's very long, 3 hours long. Hunter said crack is safer than alcohol. And now the Democrat Party is pushing him for a future president. You want a crack smoker as president? I know we got a felon for president, but now you want a crack smoker for president. Kind of crazy, kind of mind-blowing. These files are spiked. And even if the truth does come out, you guys still won't believe it. Also, people are saying, ICE, Tom Homan, he's only deporting people on skin color. Yada, yada, yada. Well, to be fair, most of the illegals coming in are Mexican. I'm not saying all of them, but the majority of them are Mexicans. So if he was, discriminating, profiling based on color, I mean, statistically, that would make a lot of sense. I'm not saying it's a good thing to do, but statistically, it makes a lot of sense. And Dems are calling for freaking Hunter Biden to be president. He said crack is safer than alcohol. That is insane. Also, in his interview, he said, "Oh, that wasn't my little baggie. That wasn't my little baggie." Yeah, that's mind-blowing. We know that was your Peruvian marching powder in the White House, Hunter. You don't got to try to cover it up. Apparently, they're doing a new investigation on Hunter about this Peruvian marching powder. I got some other information as well. Dwayne The Rock. No, not Dwayne The Rock. What's that guy's name? Dwayne Wade, the basketball player. His son said, "Dad, let's move to California so I can get the gender reassignment surgery." Sorry. Because they lived in Florida before. You can't do that in Florida if you're a minor. But apparently that kid made their parents move to California so they could get it. And Wayne's wife said, no, wait until you're 18. And Dwayne was like, "Whatever you want to do, cut off your wiener. Cut off your wiener if you like." You aren't 18 yet. You shouldn't be making those kind of decisions. The views are kind of low this morning. Maybe someone can drop a super chat so we can have some good conversations. If not, I'll probably cut this live stream short and save my energy for a bit of a bigger morning stream. In Miami, we knew he was bisexual. I know, it's a little bit early. It's a little bit early to be doing this. 2:50 a.m., yeah. So it might be better to do maybe like in an hour at 4 a.m. Yeah, I think it would be better probably in an hour. We'll do the real spill in about an hour, guys. How does that sound? Because the views are extremely low right now. So yeah, I think about an hour we'll do it. We'll come back unless anyone has any super chats, any questions. Then we can get rocking and rolling and entertaining and going. If not, I think it's a bit early. Yeah, it's a bit early. We only got 2 people in here now. All right, guys. I'll see you guys in about an hour, maybe 2 hours. Hit that notification bell so you know when I'm going live. And share this video. Thank you, guys. Much appreciated. Peace out.